Hey everybody, here again with another one. Today I'm here to do a Superman 2025 movie review. So yeah, this is the first one movie review I've actually ever done, to be honest with you. I mean, I've thought about doing it multiple times because I think I started doing this since like September of last year. I don't know much that came out from then to now that I watched, really. I mean, I know there's been things, but I haven't really thought of it. But hey, anyway, on to the Superman. So I think I want to get out the way. There is spoilers to this, so take that what you will. And this is coming from like a unbiased, really James or Snyder thing, to be honest with you, because I know that's like a whole thing that apparently is causing so much death threats and all this and that, and it's sad. It's sad in the sense of we as a species allow that to really make us that angry at each other. And also, like, I don't know, man, it's just sad. But anyway, on to the movie. This movie was a good movie. I know for me especially, I really enjoyed it because in comparison to, I mean, I said like no bias, but I will be like doing some form of a Man of Steel to this one comparison just to, I guess, get two more recent versions. Because granted, I never saw the ones from the 70s, right? The one with Christopher Reeve. I think there was like a different actor that took over after him. I don't know if that's because I don't know if that's at the same time he got, and paralyzed from the waist down or something. I don't know. Or he got in that accident. But I haven't seen those ones. So as far as both of these ones go, I think I like this current one a bit more. But I haven't seen Man of Steel in a while, and I only saw it once. And granted, I wasn't really paying attention, so because I was doing like homework or something at the same time. So maybe I need to watch it again, or maybe I'll do a reaction to it one day. I don't know. Like, y'all tell me for that. But this one, I liked it. I really did like the fight scenes were pretty good. I mean, the CGI it happens every now and again. Like, you notice it from time to time, but at the end of the day, like, if you don't let it bother you, it's still fine. But it does get wonky in some places, but not in any way that personally like irked me or something, or like, ugh, this is gross, or something like that. The side characters, I really liked Mr. Terrific. He's probably like my favorite one out of all of them. I know Hawk Girl was kind of just there. She had a character, but it was kind of like, you give her a character. I think it's more or less just the fact that they needed like a third. They didn't need the first Justice League to have like two people. I guess they need like a fill-in, and I guess she was it. That's kind of what she felt like to me. And granted, like, it is kind of, because for the most part it's put together of like lesser known people. I mean, Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl is known, but I think this is a different Hawk Girl than the one from the Justice League animated show. Guy Gardner, he's kind of known if you know like Green Lantern and stuff, but he's not as known as like John or Hal. So it's pretty much consisted of those people. I don't know if anyone really... people knew Mr. Terrific, but he's not like a mainstay person. He's basically Peacemaker level of knowledge before he got put into a movie, which I will say that is something I guess James Gunn does a lot. Is pretty much just taking dudes you would have never thought you'd see in your life, and I guess making you really like enjoy the character. Granted, I imagine everyone doesn't like every character he makes, because like I just said, Hawk Girl. But then again, her character didn't really have much to do, and there was a lot of people in this movie. Not a lot to where not a lot to me that's overwhelmed. I guess it's overwhelming if you don't know these people, and because if you don't know, this movie does take place in a world that has already like existed for a while now. Like, Superman has been in action for almost 4 years, 3 years, like as of like right now, right? So in that sense, yeah, this thing's been going on for a while. So obviously, to them, their world, like, they're not going to introduce everybody because some of the stuff's already been going on. Now, Some people say that hurt it, some people say they didn't mind it. I guess it just depends on how knowledgeable you are on the people, to where it feels like you can just get jumped into this and kind of make it work for you. But I can understand if it doesn't, like, because I can imagine, like, imagine not knowing none of these people and you're just like, who are these guys? And like, you just keep getting back and forth between them. You just honestly kind of flabbergasted. But yeah, I guess I can just start off by like going off from the beginning to the end. So basically, like they said, this Superman's been in action for like 3 years. He landed on Earth about 30 years ago, so I imagine he is like 30 years old. So he is relatively young for a Superman, I want to say, right? I mean, I know he's always had like some form of connection with his abilities since he was a kid. But as far as like him actually being in action, yeah, he was about like, what, in his late 20s. So this one doesn't act, no, he's an adult, but you can tell like he's still learning. Yeah, I do like that about this version of Superman. I do like the fact that he does still have to learn a lot of this stuff, especially when he's like such a big symbol of just the world in general. Like, I guess in superhero terms, because like, the way they describe Superman a lot of times, it's like, it's almost, I mean, I'm not saying this man is Jesus, but like, it almost is like it's correspondent with kind of like, sort of like Jesus. Like, you get this guy from a different planet, or I guess a plane of existence. He comes down to Earth and saves people and just does good for the sake of it. Like that's a lot of time. And I know a few times it's like portrayed differently. Like, I know Man of Steel, that dude, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, right, the dude was like portrayed as a god on Earth. Like, dudes, like, people would like stand and like stare the hands in the air with this man in the sunshine. And like, there was one time he floated down to a crowd of people, and like they just like they were touching it, but not quite, just like rubbing their hand like that. Like, that's what it looks like, right? This version is more or less like people still treat him like that, but not to the same extent, right? Because you got people that, like, you know, they see Superman, they rely on him, they see him as like a good person, good hero. And it's like not everyone glazes him, but like people definitely like, hey, are you okay? You helped me out. Are you doing it? Like that kind of stuff. And they like see him as such a good hope just because he's just doing it for the sake of good. I know in the beginning of the movie, I know people like to say, no, like, the thing is, this Superman, I know James said this one was like weaker, he can be beaten and things among that nature. But I know like the beginning dialogue, it said like he's been the strongest on Earth, and like now is the first time he's really been getting beat. So to me, it's like, he's not necessarily weak, it's just, I guess, in this state and form, he's now getting challenged more. You get what I mean? Because like, in the movie, I mean, like I said, spoiler, in the movie, the main person he really gets beat by is himself. Like the Ultraman version or clone of himself. That's the only person that I really see him get beat by in like a one-on-one fight. Now, there's been exceptions to other stuff, right? Like that one lady with the metal, with like the tech nano suit or something. Like she got Superman, but granted, Superman was getting 2v1 by also Ultraman, who was there fighting alongside with her. And even then, he won that fight and got her down on the ground, or like knocked her out or something. So really, the only person that really like beat him was himself. Now, you can say when he got stuck in the capsule thing, the dudes with the nightstick started hitting at him, but that's because he was being poisoned by kryptonite in a cage all day. Not all day, but like dang near like hours on end. Like he was not making it. But yeah, basically, when he first gets beaten, that's by some kind of, I don't know what the thing was, but I think it was like some kind of foreign country like ironmonger type suit that was like really beating this man, but really it was just Ultraman in disguise. But yeah, that's how it happened, because basically, like, there's a whole war going on in their world between two countries. Now granted, I heard people compare it to like the current war we have in the real world, and it's not really, because the thing was being written like before that thing even happened or like started. So like, that's not really the comparison. I mean, you can see a comparison to like what's happening, but it really is just a coincidence, to be completely honest with you. But like, yeah, and basically that's just how that all starts. And so pretty much after he gets beat for the first time, like he finds out that like he no, he doesn't find out. He pretty much has to keep fighting this robot back and forth. Almost thought they'd be tired getting, and turns out Lex is the one controlling this. Now Lex in this movie, this man is a generational hater. Like, I've seen haters in fiction. This dude is on a different level, but I'll get to more things as I go on in this. So this man is like, it's like having a, it's like, I can't talk. This man basically has like a he's basically memorized an entire Tekken list combo sheet in his brain that he can just call out to the Ultraman clone to make him do every move that he needs to do, right? Like he keeps saying like 12B, 1A, 75-3, I don't know. That's just examples, right? Basically, it's just every attack and counter in the book it could possibly do. And that's just, that takes dedication. Do you understand me when that takes dedication, okay? That's gonna be a meme for God knows how long. 'Cause I already see people in comment sections spamming 1A down below. So yeah, that was definitely a part of it, but I know where to go after that. So basically after they fight and like they have their exchange, pretty much we go to Clark in the Daily Planet now. Pretty much, okay, I'm gonna go through each of the characters that I know. Jimmy in this version, from what I remember him in earlier versions, I'm pretty sure he was always like he looked nerdy? I don't know, because I haven't seen that many versions of Jimmy. I remember like more recent versions, he seems more like a chill dude, but I know he's like Clark's best friend from what I know. Lois is pretty good. From the one scene in the clips, I thought it was gonna be like the annoying character type thing, but no, it wasn't. Like, she just thinks of the world in a very different way, and I do think that is like what contrasts her and Clark, because she doesn't really trust that many people. Granted, when you're in journalism, it's kind of hard not to, but yeah, basically, like, she doesn't trust most, but Superman trusts all, if that makes sense. Not trust all, but he definitely is more optimistic and lets more people in than she does. And that's like where most of the conflict in their relationship comes from, is the fact that like Superman, he is impulsive, but not in the sense of like he just be doing whatever he wants. Impulsive in the sense of he's very naive, and he does things that are right but have long-term negative effects. Because basically when she has the interview with him in the apartment they're at, basically Clark's like, my motivation, like he says like, I didn't ask for permission, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, and basically just got involved with a foreign affair. But his reasoning was people were going to die, so I had to do something. It's a noble reason, but unfortunately it's just something that this world, and especially his, doesn't come without some form of consequence. Because technically what he did was illegal in a legitimate sense, because I guess that counts as vigilantism. Yeah, that counts as vigilantism. So technically he is doing it illegal, but at the same time he ain't doing nothing like bad, really. Like, he's really just saving people for the sake of it. But unfortunately that did have an effect, because now it just like sparks a whole new thing in the war going on. So after they have that whole conversation, basically Lex is like trying to find whatever he can to off this man Superman, which leads him to go into Antarctica to find the Fortress of Solitude. And then this man breaks into his house, destroys his security bot, not Lex, but like his minions around him do it. And basically he takes the message Clark's parents gave him in this movie, which is also another topic that I heard was controversial. But he took the message that his parents left him in the pod from a baby that got damaged, so Superman only knew the first half, which was basically go to Earth and help them, or like give them hope, or like be like their savior, I guess, in a sense. And after he gets that, he finds like the second half that Superman never knew that happened, which unfortunately is a bad message. Now, basically after he gets that message, he pulls like he pulls a Mysterio in Far From Home, right? Like he does the thing where he outs this thing out and everything, and now everyone's against him at this point. So I know when that happens, basically like the entire world is like, yeah, they're throwing cans at him, they're booing him, they think he's there to conquer, because the message basically says go to Earth and rule over these people and rebuild our planet with making kids with your harem or something. Now, when it comes to that backstory, I am familiar with the fact that like his parents are good people in most iterations, but in this version, I know it says they're evil, but in my sense, it's like, what's the context of what they're saying? Like, are they saying rule over like a dictator, or is it more rule over like be the leader of Earth? Like be a good moral compass and lead these people, but also rebuild our planet so that our species can survive. I may need to watch that scene again to get like to read them more, like read their dialogue more. But in my head, hearing what they say, it sounds more like, because the first half says go to Earth, save people, like be their hope and symbol, right? And then it says we need you to also rule over Earth and rebuild our population. So to me, I don't know, because a harem, I guess, would be like bad. I guess it depends on what you define harem, really. Because I don't get it. Like, you would say do these good things, but then also rule. But when I hear them say rule, I don't fully consider it them telling them to be like their dictator. You can be like a ruler and not be messed up. And if they're telling him to be a symbol of hope to these people, I imagine it's not to be that. You know what I mean? Or maybe it is. Maybe they really just sent this man like a full 180 of a script dialogue in that pod that they had or something. But to me, it just feels like they want their species to survive, and they want you to also make this place built of good, right? Like help these people learn hope, save these people, teach them the way or something, and then like be their king basically, and like be a good king. I feel like they could have elaborated on that. Like it could have made them seem less evil if you didn't pay attention, or maybe they just are evil, but I just don't see it fully. I mean, maybe if anyone watches this, they can give me a better idea about, they can like debate me on that. But I need to watch it again. I've only seen it once, but that's just what I think. So basically, after this man Superman finds out, because he's like in the middle of the city, hearing this message on like the news after he like helped defeat a kaiju in the middle of the town, which by the way, this man saves everything in existence. Like this man flew to save a squirrel. This man's flying at the speed of sound to get kids to safety. Like this one saves people. Like that's the thing about this one. And when he gets outed, he's like in the middle of the crowd, right? He's holding some dude's phone that he gave him watching this thing happen. And like in the first half, he's like, why is that wrong? They want me to be good. Then they hear the second part, then it's like, what? And then he's having like this whole internal crisis, like, my purpose has been like flawed since the day I've landed, because now like everything I basically knew about myself is like fake now. And yeah, that would hurt him. And basically after he learns this man flies at the speed of sound back to that man was mad. You gotta understand, that man was mad. This man flew back to his home, found his robots messed up and his place hacked into. And not only that, they stole crypto as well. And basically, this man's fast when he's mad. He flew all the way down there and back to Lex's office. This man broke down the door into splinters, flipped that table around asking, where's the dog? Now, I know that was also a thing people found like controversial in the thing, kind of back and forth. But yeah, this version, I would not blame him for like crashing out like this, because not only did he just get like his world shattered, he's internally struggling because his world's been shattered. Now he has this dude that's like throwing bullets upon bullets at this man. Not only did you tarnish my image, you stole my family and destroyed my home. Like at this point, he has every right in his ability to be mad. I know people saw that like as whiny, but like, nah, man, that's an honest to God crash show. That's like if someone canceled you like on Twitter for like something that wasn't even bad, you like texted back in the 2008s. So basically everyone in the world hates you. Then some people break into your home and steal your valuable items. And then on top of that, they kidnap your wife and children. That would make anyone crash out, man. I'm telling you this right now. And basically Lex just rage baits this man all day about like I didn't do anything. And they're recording him and stuff like that, so he just looks deranged, and now they have another cherry on top to the boiler. And so basically Superman just goes home in defeat, man. Like they're having this like old conversation with him. They're having this like conversation between him and Lois where he's trying to like, he just can't do it no more. Like there's like this Starro the Conqueror looking thing outside that the Justice Gang is handling. Justice Gang is funny. I like how they didn't even try to call like this is I mean, I guess they're working to that, but still like, it's just the fact, I mean, they handled it. So like, it's not like, and he said it himself, like he would not have stopped if they couldn't handle it. He's like, it's fine, they can handle it. And they did handle it. So I can't like do it that much, but I will say, I would imagine, regardless of if they could handle it or not, I think Superman would still at least be out there to like the very end. Because I don't think he would take the risk, or maybe he was just that confident. But even then, I imagine if they were struggling and he saw it out there, he would have gotten out there right away. And I know people saw that as like confusing, or not confusing, distracting, because the thing was in the background while they were having a conversation, right? So it made it harder to for them to pay attention. I mean, to me, it was easy for me to pay attention. My focus is all over the place and things, but I more or less get the message. And basically after that day, Superman's like, I gotta turn myself in so I can get the dog back. Cause in his mind, like, at the end of the day, they, like, what are they gonna do? Like, let me just turn myself in, answer questions to clear my name. Cause at this point, you turn yourself in willingly to people that think you're over there to take over their home. So I guess that would be some way of clearing some form of innocence. So I can't fault him for that. So basically he goes there, gets arrested, taken into this pocket world that Lex basically, this is another thing on the Lex hater list. This man made a pocket universe, right? He sends him there, but throughout this universe, there's like 3 things here. 1, this man basically keeps every person that he has ever hated or has done him wrong in that place, right? He kept ex-girlfriends just hidden in there because I don't know what they did, but basically I guess he either didn't like him anymore or they just did something that like mildly made him mad. 3, not 3. 2, they captured this man Metamorpho's son and just like held him hostage. Why he did that, I'm guessing it's just more Lex haterism. I don't even know how he found. No, Metamorpho was a human, right? Yeah, he was human. Because if I remember right, this man was like an astronaut that came back with cancer. Not cancer, but he came back with some Fantastic Four type stuff, right? So he wasn't human, but I don't know fully what the thing is there. And basically, and the third thing, this man has monkeys that he has learned how to use the internet just for the sole purpose of writing like hate Reddit posts about Superman all day long. Like that takes dedication. And mind you, this has been over the span of 3 years that this man has known Superman. And granted, I don't even know how long he truly hated him until that point, right? For all we know, this man Superman, for all we know, it could have been like over the past like maybe, I don't know, he could have been a day one at this point. Like he could have been a day one hater. And I would have believed it. But anyway, he puts Superman in the pocket dimension as a prisoner. And this man Metamorpho keeps him on the ground with like kryptonite hands to keep him poisoned. Then this man Lex just be playing God at this point. Because at this point, he grabs a random guy that gave Superman some food on the street. And like helped him up after he got like put in a crater in the ground. He grabbed him, played Russian roulette with his life, and then capped this man right in the dome. My sister said she cried when she saw that because it was so heartless. And even after he shot him, he was like, "Huh, I didn't think that would last that long." And the thing is, like, I can't tell if he's being genuine or this man is really just sick in the head. And I would believe either one, honestly. And this man Clark's he's in the worst place he could possibly be in his life. And basically, while he's trapped in there, Mr. Terrific and Lois go on a trip over there to save him, right? And basically, Mr. Terrific ends up at the camp where the portal is and just solos the entire camp and then walks in there. That scene was pretty good. There's like some music playing in the background. That was like the first, okay, I get people say they felt this movie was gonna be like Guardians, but with Superman. That right there, I felt kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy scene. Like, I definitely, like, it reminds me of that one scene with Yondu and Rocket in Guardians 2. Like, that's what it kind of would remind me of. If I had to give a comparison, that's what it might remind me of, is that scene. And even then, it was a cool scene regardless of how you would put it. But basically, yeah, he opens up the portal, they look in there, and basically, basically he's trying his best to just try and find this man. And while everyone's in there, pretty much Superman is like trying to convince this man Metamorpho to help him. So Metamorpho, out of like, not even out of like pure hope, this man says he can save his son, right? So this man makes like a miniature sun to let Superman free. Superman saves the son, and basically there's like a whole prison escape a prison escape scene, right? Where this man, Superman, Metamorpho, Krypto, and the baby are like trying to get out of this like weird colorful dimension place, and they're basically just fighting a bunch of like foot grunts while they're doing it. So basically they get out of there. Obviously they escape a black hole of all things, so that's like power scale thing right there. So they get out of there, and basically that man, once they get out of there, that man Lex was mad. That man was pissed. I've never seen a grown man yell so aggressively and out of pure anger in my life. And I've been in a football team. Do you get that? I've never seen a man scream that loud in pure anger. That was insane. And this man kept knocking over furniture and stuff until people would keep picking it up. Then they would pick it up and this man knocks it back over. That man was mad. And basically after he gets out of there, this man does the craziest thing I've ever seen. This man basically risked it all to kill this man. He kept the portal open to create a rift in the earth itself, cutting it in half. And they even told him, like, this is unstable. You could destroy this whole planet. And the thing is, he knew that. He knew there was a chance, but he still took it just so he could have a chance at getting it. Not because he could, but so he could have a chance. Like, that is crazy. So basically, this man is cutting up the earth slowly, piece by piece, into a dimensional rift or black hole or whatever. So that just causes a whole bunch of stuff to happen everywhere, right? You got Superman fighting Ultraman and the machine nanobot lady at the same time in a baseball field. And you also have the Justice Gang or something saving the people over in the foreign country because Superman can't make it because he's in a 1v1 right now. I mean, not at this point, but after he fights them in the baseball field, he knocks out the tech woman after like taking a atmosphere to Earth vertical, knocking her out, which should have killed her to be honest, but I guess not. And basically, once he crashes, Ultraman gets up, and then it's revealed he's like your Superman clone. And then they just start duking it out in the middle of the splitting Earth. And I actually liked that fight scene. That was a pretty cool like fight scene. And I know like even Krypto was there. He just kept attacking the bots because this man just won't stop. This man Krypto is crazy. But then again, it's like a fun thing. I know people got annoyed by it. Even I did to an extent. But I feel like I got used to it. Like, yeah, that's just what the dog's like. And not every dog is good. I did hear somewhere that like the Krypto was like a more intelligent dog in the comics, which I guess I'd have to find out for myself. But even then, like, he still displayed intelligence in this movie. Cause like he understands human language, he understands English, right? So he knows to stay. he knows like how to drag this man back from the middle of nowhere to his home, so he knows stuff, right? I guess he just needs proper teaching. But anyway, besides that, that scene was pretty cool. And like while that's all happening, pretty much this man Lex is just over on like an intercom with this man Ultraman speaker saying why he hates him. And this man pretty much says, I hate you because you're good. I hate you, I envy you because you are so powerful and loved by doing something I physically can't do. So yeah, that's basically his thing, right? And pretty much after Superman, I don't know if he killed him or because in the fight he ends up sending Ultraman to a black hole. I don't know. I've heard like a thing where it could be he got sent to the Bizarro world and he's gonna come back as Bizarro Superman, which I mean I guess could work, but I don't know. But I guess we just have to see if they even consider doing that. But anyways, after he's defeated, pretty much Superman goes on like pretty much after he beats him, Lex sends out every op he has left. He sends out all the flying grunts at him at once and they could just get annihilated right away. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty sure at least a few of them dudes got eviscerated. When that man did like the laser eye swing around thing he did in the spin around thing, I saw some people get eviscerated into complete dust. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I know a good bit of them just fell from the sky on the ground, injured or something. But I could have sworn this man like eviscerated somebody. Or maybe he didn't and I just like saw the wrong visual. Yeah, but so basically he takes care of everybody else. And then, I'm not gonna lie to you, I laughed so hard at this scene. So basically this man, Superman, was about to fly into Lex's little flying pod because now his tower's destroyed because of the rift in the earth. And then like this man Lex looked out the window to his side. His eyes opened wide. He knew it was coming and he started sprinting in the other. The moment that man looked to the side, I instantly started laughing my butt off because I knew the moment he looked out that window, he knew he messed up. He knew he was done. And that was funny. So basically they have this whole, like, they pretty much like dropped the theme of the movie. Like Superman was like, I'm more human than you. I'm a good person. I don't have to do these things for like personal gain, because that's what being human is. I can be scared, I can be happy, all this stuff. And pretty much Lex is like, that's not what human is. Humans are messed up. We only do things to benefit ourselves. Like Lex is pretty much what humanity has become, and Superman is what humanity needs to be. That's pretty much where it both goes on each side, right? So pretty much that whole debate happens, and like Krypto smashes this man back and forth through multiple computer desks and everything. That man Lex should not have been conscious the moment that man Krypto was done. So basically, Lex is defeated. His plans get leaked to the world because his ex-girlfriend took selfies near all of like his secret files and sent them to Jimmy, who was her ex-boyfriend or something, in exchange for getting back together with him. That was like a weird but funny thing that happened. So basically, like, that all happens. Lex gets arrested by the military and gets put in prison. You know, classic Lex Luthor stuff. Back in prison again. Gonna break out at some point, so we'll just have to see how he does it in the live actions. Oh boy. So yeah, basically movie ends. Superman and Lois have the end of the movie kiss thing. And pretty much, and this is where it gets to the end of the movie, right? This part was beautiful. When this man, Superman, was like, I want to watch the videos of my family. And it plays like videos of him on his Earth family with Mom and Pa Kent, who were, oh dang, I forgot to even talk about them. No, they were very good characters in this movie. Like, I do like how you can tell, these feel like people that I've met before, right? Like, his mom is like over here calling TV the box, and like she's leaning over talking to her phone. And the table's on her phone, she's bending down towards the table to talk to him when she can't just like pick it up and like lean it to her head. And Pa Kent, man, he played an MVP role. This man gave him like the ultimate speech. Pretty much said like, You get to decide who you are, not that message. And so far, you've already made your decision about who you are, regardless of what that message. Like at this point, the message gave you instructions. It was up to you to follow them. And that's just being a parent. He said, right? Like we just give y'all the tools, and y'all can choose to either be stupid with them or be great with them. That's pretty much what he said with him, and that was a great scene, man. And also, is he Otis from The Walking Dead? I was thinking that when I was watching. I didn't look it up, which I should have, but it was that Otis from the same actor that played him, because it looked a lot like him. And I could believe it's him, right? Because even Otis was like slightly old back in The Walking Dead when he was there, or like 10 or so years ago, right? Maybe a little bit more than 10. So yeah, that very well could be him. But anyway, like yeah, that happens like way early on. I'm at the end. So basically this man's watching like his family on the monitors, and Supergirl walks in at the end of the movie. That was surprising to me because I was like, oh, okay, she just walked in. And basically her whole thing was she's like a drunk teenager or like young adult or whatever she is. I don't know what she is. I'm pretty sure she's like a young adult. And even if she's not, I don't imagine she would still not get drunk anyway, given her situation. And I know like basically it's revealed that like, Crypto is her dog. That's why this man be tweaking out most of the like this man flew at her, bit her on the arm, and started just slamming her repeatedly in the ground, and she was laughing and having fun. Like that's pretty much what was happening. So I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with her, because I think she has a movie coming out next year, if I'm not mistaken. And I know it's like also a controversial thing that's happening in this, along Supergirl, about the fact that she is like just a drunk angsty teenager or something. And I know it's supposed to be based off a comic series called Woman of Tomorrow Supergirl. And to me, it makes complete sense that she would be who she is, right? Because think about it. Your home is, you grew up somewhere. That home is taken away from you. Everyone you've ever known or loved is now dead. You are the last of your species left that's still alive. Like that's, and she didn't get what Clark got. He got a family when he left. She had gotten nothing. Like I'm pretty sure for the most part she didn't even know Clark still existed somewhere. Like she's always like almost every iteration of Supergirl ever seen, she in some way is messed up, right? I mean maybe not always, but like especially like the more recent versions, it's just like shown like how messed up she got it in comparison to Clark, because Clark got a good send-off. He may not have known Krypton that much, but he at least got some form of a home afterwards. She got nothing and nobody. Other than her cousin and Crypto. I imagine she doesn't really have many friends either. And pretty much she goes and gets drunk on planets with red suns attached, so she can actually get drunk, because they can't get drunk because metabolism speed or something. So I am interested to see how they handle that, because that's definitely going to be like a get over trauma type movie, which I guess would be a good movie in theory, but I guess we'll just have to see how they handle it. So yeah, that's pretty much how the movie ends. There's like a few end credit scenes, but it's nothing serious. One's literally just Superman and Crypto looking at the Earth from the moon, and like one's like just a kind of a funny bit where like Mr. Terrific is like helping put the city back together, and like Superman's like, it's a little crooked, ain't it? And so this man, Mr. Terrific, just gets mad and just walks away, just kicking stuff to the side. It's like Superman's like, man, I can be mean sometimes. Like that was funny. I'll give him that much. So yeah, that's pretty much how the movie goes. So as the movie as a whole, I would give it about 8 out of 10. And it's not, and like the 2 out of 10 that is like neglected from this is not because, it's not even really because I disliked really anything in the movie. It's more or less just because it's not amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good movie. Well, I guess it's a great movie, but it's not like unflawed and unfathomable. Like, you get what I mean? So I definitely would give it like an 8 out of 10, maybe like an 8.5, maybe a 9 at the highest, but it's not like perfect 10 out of 10. And yeah, that's pretty much how the movie felt for me. Now, I guess where people want to say Man of Steel or this version, I would say I would like this version more. But then again, I'd have to see the Man of Steel again because I only seen it one time. I don't remember much that happened. And also, I don't remember a single word that man Clark said in the movie. Like, I don't remember one word he said. I remember him, like, doing actions. Like I remember like the last fight scene where this man destroyed Metropolis in like the conflict, like there was a laser dropping down on Earth. This man was throwing this man through buildings. I remember this man snapping Zod's neck. But I don't remember like what else he did in the movie. I mean, I think I remember like him saving kids on a bus when he was a kid, when they were about to drown. So yeah, I get that, and I get where I get what that version's trying to portray. It's just probably not what I see Superman doing, from what I remember. And I'm pretty sure I remember a good chunk of what the Superman is like. To some degree, he has qualities that I see in Superman, but for the most part, he doesn't. I know in this version, I could see this version, and like after the movie, I'm like, that guy acts like how I think Superman would act. Maybe not all the time, but definitely like a good 90% of the time, right? So yeah, that's basically like how I've like seen both movies. And I'm not gonna trash on Man of Steel or anything. It's just the fact that I guess that just doesn't personally work for me. And like I said, I may have to watch it again to really make a full opinion. And I don't really have a problem with you if you like Man of Steel, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not gonna get mad or send people death. That's still crazy to me. How do you send someone death threats because they didn't like Man of Steel or the Snyder Spider-Verse? Not the, you know what I mean? Like, how do you get that mad at somebody over something that's been gone for, for something that's been gone for like 2 years now? Didn't Blue Beetle, Aquaman was the last, Aquaman 2, right? That came out 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago, right? How do you still get mad at somebody over that? I just don't, especially at the point of wanting to hurt somebody. That never got that. And people that like this Superman or this version aren't like clean either. Because even they've like gotten mad at these people and called them all types of things too. So it's on both sides, man. We just gotta get over it, man. Like, we get it. Like, I get it, okay? Not only was the, what's it called? DCEU, right? Not only is that like, it was done a bad hand a lot of the time. Like, for me, I've only genuinely loved a few movies that came out of that, right? I think the movies that I genuinely enjoyed the most was Shazam, Aquaman, Blue Beetle. I think I liked Wonder Woman. I think I liked it for like, cause like the story it had and everything. I remember liking Wonder Woman, but I'd have to watch it again to remember. Cause like I said, I feel like a lot of the things I watched, I was doing something else while I was doing it. So maybe I need to watch it again to gain a real opinion. I liked, is it The Suicide Squad or Suicide Squad? The one with Peacemaker and all of them. Like I can't remember what's the difference in that one. But yeah, I liked that one. But yeah, there's like a few things that I like. But even then, it's like, the thing is done. I just don't like the fact that no one can move on. Not that no one can, I just don't like the fact that some people can't move on. And I get it, the thing was done dirty. It wasn't just Zack was, it wasn't the fact that Zack was bad at making the thing. I mean, I guess to some degree, I guess I saw where he was going, but at the same time, I guess they're just things that there was just things that did work for me. But also, like, a bunch of stuff happened behind the scenes. They wanted to make a hero world. Like, DC, like, around the time it started is when Phase 1 of Marvel ended. So they tried to make their own thing, right? I guess they just got, like, too big for it. There was so many things happening with rewrites and things like that. I'm pretty sure at one point they made this man Zack work after like he lost someone in his family or something. Like, they still made this man work while this man was grieving. So I could see like why, like, that thing was dealt a bad hand. But at this point, like, the thing is over, and I get it. Like, and it's not even just the case of, oh, if it was good, it would have stayed. Like, it's not even just that. Like, it's just the fact that, I don't know, maybe it's not even just that. Like, there were some things that were good. Even if every movie wasn't the best, I would still say that there are things in the movies that I would still like about it. Like, there's something in a lot of the DCU movies that I could enjoy about each one of them. Some more than others, obviously, but there's things that I can still enjoy. And granted, like, I just wish that it didn't have to be such a big deal. And I get it wasn't such a, like, it's almost like politics at this point, where you have one side that's all this, one side that's all that. and it just makes it's just hard to watch go down. That's why I personally don't like talk about political stuff. And I don't like really being a specific side because I can see the goods and bads of both sides to a lot of things. And for the most part, I'm always just doing my own thing, trying to be the best person I can be and be the best person I can to other people and treat them well. Like, that's my end goal. I don't need some dude in charge to tell me that's what my goal in life is to be. That's what I feel like I have been grown up to do, and that's how I'm gonna live till the day God sends me off. Like that. That's how I plan to live. Am I perfect? Ain't no way I am. I ain't saying that in the slightest. I'm just saying, like, I'm doing the best I can in my life to make myself better and help other people around me feel good, or maybe even help them want to be better. Because I've definitely even done that without me knowing. Like, I have a friend right now. This man, we were friends in high school, right? This man, I'm not gonna say what he did, but he did something really bad to the point where he got in jail for it and everything like that. And he didn't let me rephrase that. He didn't do that in the school or nothing. He wrote some stuff on walls that wasn't good, got in prison for maybe a few days, not days, probably like a month, and got out. Pretty much like no one liked him at the school. I don't think that many people liked him at the school when he was there. He had a few friends. But after that, pretty much like it was just the talk of the whole school. I know I was sad because I was like, dang, what happened? I mean, I know what happened because I know him good enough to know he didn't do that out of malicious intent. And that was the first person he called to say sorry to. And I knew for a fact what happened. I just knew this man was probably on something. Because this man did, and all that stuff. It wasn't good or anything like that. I'm just saying, he did that. So I was like, okay, this man had to do something. Because I know he wouldn't just do that off of just pure motivation. And I was the only person, thinking with logic, because everyone else, it was like, oh, he did this. He must have been messed up. And I forgave him. I feel like I'm the only person. No, I'm not the only person. I feel like I was the first person to forgive him that he tried to talk to. Because after he told me that, no one else did. And now the dude is doing good. He may have therapy and stuff he's not the best shape he's in, but I can see in his actions he's trying to do better. And the thing he told me is, I've seen how you act, and I'm trying to be like that in my life. That's what he told me, right? And it just makes me think wow, you really have impact on people by being the person that you are. And that's just what I feel like people should be, just being the good guy for the sake of the fact that this world needs it. It's just so sad to see. And I get this is just me talking at this point, and I don't even know if anyone's watching at this point of the thing, but it's just come on now. If this world complains so much that we have so many bad people, why can't we do the effort to be the good person? Just why? Even it's because it's not even the thing that people are everyone was mean to me, so now I have to do the same. No, you don't. No, you don't. People have been mean to me since I was a child. And right now, if I could go back and tell them personally, I forgive you for what you did, I would do it. Because I forgive every person that's ever done anything bad to me. Even as a child, even as an adult, I have forgave every single person and let it go. And if I could tell them that personally, even though I can never say that because I never saw them again, I would say it. You get what I mean? I would do that. Because that's just what I am and what I believe. And it's just the fact that I can't live a life where I think about someone that I hate so much that I can't even sleep. And I just hear people say that, and it's it just makes me so confused. How can anyone live like that? Just how can anyone live like that? It just hurts a lot. And I get why, okay? It's not easy. Not everyone has the capability to do that. It's hard for me to do that. I'm not saying I can just forgive everything easily and forget it. It takes work. But once you get good at doing it, it becomes easier. Right? And I always say, I'm just saying this right now. The second chance thing, that's not all the way. You can't just give second chances. you have to give more than those. Because do you know how many of those things people need? Like, people mess up more than once. Second chances is just like people's threshold for the most part. Like, no, you need more than those. And I've definitely gotten more than those by people I've known in my life when I messed up more than once. So I'm just saying, man, we just gotta do better as people. And I know, like, not everyone is like that, but we just gotta work on just being the better person. And I know it's hard when we get hurt by people. Like, even in this movie with Superman and Lex, I know Superman was fighting with every bone in his body not to hurt this man Lex when he first, like, did what he did. But he still decided to be the bigger person at the end of the day. And that's what I'm talking about. This man Lex hated everything about Superman to the point where this man felt like he couldn't sleep at night. And that's what causes man to be insane. Superman, even after everything Superman did, he wasn't like friends with Luthor, but he was like, and I hope that you find that good someday. Like, that's a Superman thing to say. And that's just it. Like, even though this man almost tried to kill you even though this man attempted to kill you multiple times, at the end of the day, you like, I wish that you can find the same thing. And that's another thing, bro. Like, just redemption as a whole. Like, I want people to be better. I'd rather them be better than just be who they were at their lowest. Because it just makes me sad that it seems like no one else wants that. Because people would rather them die, the bad person that they saw, than be better and become a better person, like, in their time of life after they've done it. And honestly, it just makes me mad almost every day. And I know I've been talking about this whole philosophical thing in the latter half. I probably should have made a different video for this, but I just went on a rant, and like, because it's just how I feel, man. Like, it's just how I honestly feel. And I feel like this movie definitely, like, got me to think about that a lot more. Just like the fact that we just need people that want to do good, even though it feels like the whole world is against them. We need to do that. And we can't always just wait on someone else to do that for us. Sometimes we have to take the initiative and do it ourselves. Because that's just the part of it. This world's not gonna give every single person a reason to be good. This world has given more people the reason to be evil. But it's the fact that people still chose to do the right thing and be a better person is what people need to do. And that's the only way that's the only way people are gonna be better. Not because we give them a reason to be, but because they choose to be regardless of what this world decides to do to them. And that's just my piece on it, bro. And I'm probably gonna talk about it some other day if I ever decide to, like, one of those philosophical things that like we just need to be better. Like that's because I'm philosophical now. That's just my thing. But anyway, yeah, that was my movie review for this. And I'm pretty sure like it really ended like 5 or 10 minutes ago before I went on that long rant. But yeah, that was my review on this. I think, like, great movie, like I said. Would watch again. I would recommend it, but I could see why. I could see why if you aren't like good at processing a lot of information at once, and if you aren't like good at, if you don't like just turn your brain off a little bit to get kind of into this, and I can see how you would think it would be goofy in moments, but at the end of the day, I would still recommend it to you. I'd recommend this movie to you if you want to watch it. Like, if you want to have fun at a theater, this is definitely one of them. And if you want to watch something that can make you feel something, I'd say this has a chance of making you feel something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just depends on who you are as a person, right? But yeah, hey, that was just the movie review for Superman. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and God bless.